How you feeling?
I am feeling very, very good.
Yeah.
Very, very nice.
How's the city treating you?
City always treats me good. This is some people say they second home. I may have to say my 1.5.
Nice.
Because this is definitely coming to New Orleans is always a special thing. You know, I come here several times a year, and it's always special to come here for Essence because people come from all over the world to be in this beautiful city. So I appreciate being here.
Yeah, it's a great city. You have a lot of dope activations happening on the Super Lounge, right? How's that
Yes.
going?
The Super Lounge is going well. We have a very special show, which is a lot of the artists that we all know and love. We kind of put a show together where it was like one complete show. So it's not like individual performances with each artist. It's one entire set. And it's never really been done here. It has never been done at Essence. You know, and I've been working with Essence for a while to produce something that I feel could make this experience special. Because each time you come here, you see the artist, and that's great. But you like to go home with something that you feel special about, something that you know you could take in your memory and say, I only seen that there. So that's what we created upstairs in the Super Lounge. We're gonna do it at 8:20, and we took pieces of hip hop from all over the country, and the way we put it together is a really, really special piece. So if you got time and you want to party, which I think y'all do want to party, I can tell y'all want to party a little something. You come up to Super Lounge, the AT&T, and I think that you will definitely have the greatest time of your life.
Sounds amazing. So we're going to open the floor up for a couple of questions. Let me know.
Who's all performing with y'all tonight?
The groups that are performing, we have Yo-Yo from the West Coast.
Can't play with my yo-yo.
Can't play with it. You got Mia X from the NO. We got to represent the women, you know. We also have some special hip hop guys, Houdini, you know, and they had so many classics. Kool Mo D, we brought him out. We brought Black Sheep, you could get with this, you could get with that. And then we also have the original DJs of the Get Fresh crew. They're here. And, you know, a couple other little surprises that makes the evening special. But pretty much, it's just about capturing time in a bottle. It's capturing hip hop in a special moment, and you stay in that space. And then we also included Captain Charles, who is also from New Orleans, and everybody knows Captain Charles.
So you're also doing Sunday with Teddy Riley, right? What is that?
Yes, Teddy Riley is doing a set where he's doing a, the wonderful world of Teddy Riley, New Jack Swing. So Teddy Riley and me have been friends ever since school. We used to cut school and go to his house. Now the kids is watching this. I ain't telling you to cut school. Let me just first say that. But we used to take a little break from school, and we used to go to the house and practice on music. So Teddy was a part of the original songs that we created, and he was there in the process. So as favor from one brother to another, he has a set. I'm here. I got to get down with Teddy Riley, you know. And there's so many other artists that's going to get on as well too. But me and Teddy got a special relationship, and I think people are going to really enjoy the set.
Amazing. Back to the floor.
Man, what gets you motivated? Like, what gets you pumped up? Like, you know?
Well, you know, it's funny, man. I mean, I think that I get pumped up because I still love what I do. When you love what you do and you do what you love, you get up feeling energy about it. You don't have to get yourself pumped up because you're already in that space. And then you know so many people live life doing things that they don't really want to do. So when you know that you're fortunate enough to figure out what you want to do, and you're able to continue to do it, and people like yourself and other people still appreciate what we do, you don't take it for granted. You know, you stay thankful for the fact that you're able to still do what you love, and people are still coming to see you. I do probably close to 150 to 200 shows a year, with or without any new material, just based on reputation. Like, I don't advertise. You know, people just come to the event, and other people want to create that feeling. See, because people want to feel good, and people like to enjoy themselves, and they get it from a space that you don't really get it that much no more, because it's clean, it's not offensive, and you can bring your mother, your father, your sister, your children. You ain't got to cover their ears. Not with me. You know what I mean? So it's a different space. So answering your question, I just think that it's a blessing to do what you love, and I would advise anybody in life to try to find out what is it that they love to do and be that. You see, because you'll get up every day feeling good about it.
That's how you keep your cheese up.
Huh?
That's how you keep your cheese up.
Well, you know, see, that's another thing too.
That's your joy and happiness and your smile.
That's right. See, the money don't really make you happy.
No.
The money is just kind of like an exchange for you to be able to, like everybody here, you got to pay your light. You got to pay your rent. You got to pay for something, a car, whatever. So the money is just what you use to kind of get through life. But the real happiness is inside. And when you know you're able to make somebody else happy, that creates a different level of happiness, you see?
Yes, sir.
And then you're humble. You know, you can be the person who opens it up or the person that closes it up. Any position. See, you know, you just got to know that it's about the blessing of just enjoying your life. So that's what I do every day. You know, I wake up happy. Really, really happy too. So that's where I'm at with that.
Texas.
Hello.
We love you.
Love you too.
You look amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Your complexion, your weight. What's your guide to healthy living? You know, Essence is really strong on beauty, healthy living, eating
Yes.
right. What's your guide?
Well, you know, the thing that I appreciate that too. Thank you. One of the things that I live by, which is something that I think, you know, I'm implementing to a lot of the other hip hop artists as well. I always tell people this: health is wealth, and you get wealth from your health. You see, because a lot of people are so concerned with money and trying to, you know, live a good life, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's not enjoyable if you're not in a healthy space, mentally, spiritually, or physically. I've met people who are financially rich but spiritually bankrupt. So to me, I try to take the time out to eat right, exercise, learn a lot, because, you know, a lot of the food that they give us, you know, it ain't right. And we don't think about it because we got used to it. We don't read the labels. We're not looking at what they're saying to us or how they come out with something, you know, that don't seem to be okay. And then years later you find out that it's not. So I try my best to think in a space where I'm concerned with what I eat, what I drink, what I do. And the one thing that I do more than anything is I try to get me some rest. At one time, I used to go hard, trying to stay up 2 days, 3 days. Like, I'm not doing that no more. I'm getting me a good 7 hours. Then I get up and I'm pumped. Like here's a question. How many of y'all here take a nap? Who takes a nap?
Oh, I do.
You understand? When you take a nap, it changes the whole vibration of your day. So I think it's about taking care of yourself spiritually and physically as well. And I run 5 miles a day, you know? I run 5 miles a day. I don't eat meat. You know, I haven't eaten meat since 85. And, you know, and me and my son over here, we battle in push-ups and sit-ups. I'm still the reigning champ, you know, but that's beside the point, though. That's beside.
So we also have Mia right here.
Mia! Look at Mia!
I'm a Mia.
See, this the first lady, baby, of the NO. Y'all can make some noise for me and extra
How
more.
y'all doing? Everybody that's not from here, hey baby.
That's right.
You're beautiful.
Are you performing tonight?
Yes,
Yeah. You excited? How are you feeling?
very excited.
Yeah. Is this your first Essence?
No,
No? How are you feeling about returning?
feel great.
Yes?
Yes. Yes, they go to party home all the time, and this is the biggest party New Orleans throws, I'm
Okay.
telling you.
And I'll open the floor. Anybody have any questions?
I was just asking, do you have any particular songs that you're excited to perform again?
You know what? I like to do all of the songs. The crowd loves Make Them Say,
I bet.
They love About It and Thinking About You. So I'm going to just like run through a few of everybody's favorites and just have some fun.
I bet.
That's right.
Kelly from New Orleans. One thing that you think people that are not from New Orleans should know about the city?
The city cannot thrive without melanin. Most of us from New Orleans, we can tell you, like, my family home is 170 years old, and it was only owned by my family. We have a real strong connection to our culture and to each other. So it's very important when you see the natives from New Orleans, when you see them doing food or entertaining you in some way, it's in our blood. It's the way we started this city, and it cannot thrive without the natives, because we put the soul into this city. We put the crest in the crescent.
More questions?
I have a statement.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that this woman here, this black woman here, has a female ministry. And she reaches out and she does a lot for African American females here in the city of New Orleans. And because she does for them, it touches men also. So that's my statement.
Yes, because we are the family.
You're right.
We have to uplift each other. We have to support each other. And we have to keep it real with our children. I have 2 grown children, and I've always been very honest with them about everything that I've ever done, so that they feel comfortable in talking to me. And I think what's so beautiful about what Doug is doing, how he merges hip-hop and R&B, it's important that we understand that as the music changes, we can't be judgmental. We have to embrace the children as they learn what they're doing, because with every generation we do something a little different. And so I just like talking to our people and opening up the dialogue so that the children can be really comfortable in talking to us about everything.
Yeah, see, and that's kind of like when hip hop started. I remember there were a lot of R&B groups that didn't want to have anything to do with it. You see, a lot of what you see now never existed, but it was part of the process. So sometimes when you see a lot of the new artists, my sons are artists, and they express themselves in a particular way, you have to give them the space to be able to share, to want to share, feel that space to where that they can be honest, and you can give your critique, but sometimes having an open mind goes a long way, you know, and it keeps the generation closer. Because I say this, iron sharpen iron and men sharpen men. You take 2 pieces of iron and you rub them together, they both gonna get sharp. It's the same way that I do with my sons, because as much as I know, I also know that I'm a student. So I listen, because as times change, you have to play a position of humility as well. Last thing I'll say on that, so you fully understand my statement, is if you go to a party or if you go out and an older person is using their phone and they want to take a picture, I've watched them go, what button and what am I going to do? And their child be right next to be like, they better give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. And they'll take it, stand over there in the light. And I would watch how just because of technology, it has changed the relationship between the parent and the child. And it takes a lot of humility to allow your child to assist you because that's the process. The process is it goes back and forth. So what Mia's doing and what we're doing here, that's what we try to do in everything we do. The music, being on the stage out here, we just try to create the energy to make you remember and also support the new artists that come out right behind us. Because if they take what we know and add with what they got, then we go higher. But if they don't get what we got because we don't want to give it to them or we take it personal, then I think that's where the game stays like this. So a lot of new artists that you see, I talk to a lot of these guys. I talk to Kendrick Lamar, talk to J. Cole, talk to all these young brothers because I want them to know that we support you. You see, we don't want to make them feel like we're against them. And if it's something ain't right, we're going to keep it real and tell you it ain't right. Because that's what we supposed to do if we family, right?
That's right. You have to be
That's what
honest.
family do.
That's right.
That's right. So, y'all was honest. Don't she look good?
Yeah.
All right. You see, honesty works.
Do we have any more questions? Right here.
Mia X, I remember you came to Southern University. This was when we recorded for a True Southern Girl.
Yeah.
And I remember you told me, you looked at me, you said, I told you about myself, told you what I do. I'm a personal trainer, jiggle aerobics. We get lit while we get fit. And you said, hey, keep going, don't stop. And I want to know what motivates you. Like, what keeps you going? Just like I asked Dougie, what keeps you going? Like, what motivates you?
I love what I do. I'm actually just thankful. I remember it was 1987, my class night. They asked what I was going to be, and I told them a rapper. Everybody laughed. But I kept going. Something was calling me about this genre of music, and that's why I told you, don't stop. You find your niche and don't stop, because if I know personally music help you lose weight, because I lost weight dancing. I know this. I dance to bounce music. If y'all haven't heard bounce, y'all have to pull it up, or y'all gonna check Frida out. I dance to bounce music. So I when you told me you was doing that, I was like, yeah, that's the way.
We got to get you in jiggle aerobics.
Oh, you have to, because you know what? I can jig a little bit, but not really. You got to show me.
I got you, baby. I got you.
I love it.
We had a question over here, right here.
Yes. It was just ironic today, Pete Rock posted a picture of Beach Street, and I told you that was my favorite movie, right? And when that movie came out, is when one of the first times I saw Doug, when they was about to battle, when they put up the powers in an abandoned building.
Right.
So at that time, it wasn't on my mind about doing this. And for me, it's a question to you. What was the call like when you got the call from Doug, like, hey, Mia, I want you to perform on stage?
Yes, that's what it was. that's what it was. No, for real, I'm not lying.
When she said yes, I said,
I was so excited. I was so excited because one of my first concerts in 1985, me and Manny was in a rap group together, and we actually opened up for Doug. And I never forgot that, because I was like, I'm really gonna be big like this one day, because we was rocking Doug's music. Doug just don't know, he's an honorary New Orleanian.
and I appreciate it too.
When I'm getting ready, it's 200 years old, it's still gonna be spinning on a regular here.
Man, that's a beautiful thing. And I'm getting ready. Was when I came here, I didn't even really know the magnitude of that song, but it just went on. I mean, because I don't know if anybody ever been to D.C. You go to Washington, D.C., there's a form of music called go-go. So I was inspired to do that record from Chuck Brown and a lot of the groups there. But I wanted to do a different version. But the record actually sold tremendously in D.C. and New Orleans.
You know
like
what?
Those two places sold the record out.
I think because Bounce is like the little kid brother of go-go.
Right, that's right.
I'm first generation Bounce, and we love go-go music. Like, we absolutely love it. And when the music was created here, the bounce music, there were so many go-go influences.
Right.
You know, it kind of goes hand in hand. when we heard I'm Getting Ready, it was like running up to the DJ. Captain Charles was in Discovery at the time. So it's like running up constantly saying, play I'm Getting Ready. Play I'm Getting Ready. And every we had a little dance and everything. Don't make me cut up and show you. But yes, it goes hand in hand. I think Bouncing Go-Go, because I did a cruise and they did a tribute to Chuck Brown. Oh, I went in there. I shook till I was sweating. I wanted to go to go-go night every night.
See, and even deeper, if you listen to the music and you look at the food and you look at the people, everything kind of aligns. You see, go-go is that percussion that it like kind of like our body knows, like our cells damn near know, yo, this is something we connect to. So no matter where you at, and to me, I have always had a deep feeling about New Orleans because I feel connected to it. My family is from the Caribbean, from Barbados, Trinidad, and the music and the energy and the food, the hot sauce, the spice, everything here aligns with my vibration. So the music, even when you're hearing the percussions and the beat and even bounce, the way it moves, you see what I mean? It's like some of this that we're doing is deeper than what we see on the surface. This is spiritual. This connects us back to our ancestors musically. Our soul knows it, you know? Little babies just bouncing. You be like, how they bouncing like that? They just know. So that's what this is about. And that's why we come to Essence, because of how important it is. Yeah. The captain.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. What's happening? What are we talking about?
Talking about how I'm getting ready.
Oh, I'm getting ready.
Discovery, running to the same, making you play it.
Oh yeah. Back in 1986, when KLC and DJ Cool, all those groups, some of the old New Orleans bounce. I was at Club Discovery, and I mean a lot of that music real hot. And some of the go-go music, like Chuck Brown, DJ Cool, 20-minute workout, all that great stuff. So I had a lot to do with that in 1986. So. And then, you know, have an opportunity to meet Dougie, playing Dougie music in the 80s, and then Essence before Katrina. I think Dougie missed the plane coming to New Orleans. He was supposed to perform Friday, couldn't perform Friday, and we did Saturday together. I think Cedric called me. Cedric called me and said, Dougie messed up. Could he perform with you? And how you tell a legend like Dougie Fresh? No. I said, hell yeah. And I think that was one of the. Oh yeah, I mean that show was like we sold our show out that night, right? And it was like a last minute thing, and the fire marshal had to stop letting people in, and it was a good experience with Dougie Fresh.
That's serious, man. And that's why even on this one, I said that if we do this Super Lounge, which I'm telling you about this performance, which is really something else, I said you got to have the captain on this joint, man. Because every time I see him, every time I come out here, just from a personal relationship, we've always been very good friends. But just from a creative standpoint, I watched him play some songs that I see nobody else play. And I'll be hitting it, and it's like one of them songs, you know, like you be in a party and you hear the song, you be like, oh my God, damn. Like, you know, because you know, you remember it, but nobody ever really played it, or you haven't heard it in a long time. So Captain has always been that guy that did that, you know what I mean? So he taps this off. You tap this off, man.
Well, I mean, with old music, and Amir can tell you, she's from New Orleans. She's one of those Southern girls, love to cook that fried chicken and that jambalaya. But I consider myself not just a DJ, entertainer. I like entertaining my crowd. I love to hear the oohs and the eyes. And, oh shit, I ain't hear that in a long time. And that's why I want to pull out the audience. So anytime you come to, you know, tell them what I don't have a certain set. I don't practice. I just feed off the crowd. And that's what I do. Most DJs go home, practice. So if you practice, I mean that's the way you're gonna play. And sometimes you're afraid to change your set. You're not free. So I'm kind of free with my music, free spirit. So I want to get the crowd kind of moving when I play.
You get them moving too.
He gonna get them moving tonight.
You had a question, Love?
So I have a question. I guess it can go across the board. But I will say I have a lot of professional environments that I find myself in, and we have to keep time. And if we have 6 minutes left, I say this with like without thinking. I literally said this in a professional meeting last week. I was like, Dougie Fresh, you're on. Like, you have created such a culture. So how does it, like, when you think about the legacy that you want to leave, when you think about when people have interacted with you all across the board, what's that thing that you want them to walk away with from having connected with you?
Well, for me, the real reason why I got into hip hop and how I got into it is the same reason why I'm still in it now. I never did it because I was trying to be the richest rapper. I never did it because I was trying to get as many women as I can talk to or whatever like that. That's never been my motivation. The motivation has always been spiritually to heal people, to make people feel better, and to bring them into present time to realize how short life is and how sometimes you waste time on things that do not matter. And if you can enjoy your time, or I can create a pleasurable memory for you that you can take, and when you hear a song or you see a video or you hear a catchy phrase and it brings you into a space where you feel good. Feel like that's what the Creator put us here to do. He didn't put us here to, feel, pain is a warning. It tells you that something's wrong. But a good feeling is healing. It makes you feel good. It makes you feel like, the vibration, the energy, it changes. You know how people have an aura about them? Like you walk in a room and you can feel that person is a certain way or they're not a certain way. You can feel it, So I'm always about energy and vibration and trying my best to create the best possible effect that I can with whatever situation, whatever time, and whatever circumstances. Because I live by this phrase, it's not how much time you have, it's what you do with the time. You see, a lot of people who had a long time didn't do a lot with the time. And you have some people who have short times, and they have unbelievable impact. So like us tonight, we're all getting on together and having a good time. We'll walk away and remember this for the rest of our lives. And that's what I like to create. So that's the real reason why I'm doing this.
Any more questions?
Yes, I have a question for you. You look beautiful tonight.
Thank
and I
you.
want to know what inspired your style and what has impacted your style throughout the years. And it has allowed for you to not only inspire the young ladies that you have in your life now, but how has that impacted your life with those young ladies as well throughout the years?
Well, when I came in the game, I was 200 pounds, and they were telling me about lipo and things before it was really popular. And they was telling me that they thought if I lost the weight, I could wear like sexier clothes and I could look like some of the ladies that was selling like more records than I was. But I've always just been comfortable with putting on clothes. I really don't care about labels. I like labels, but I've just always been comfortable. Like the clothes don't wear me. I wear the clothes, and I just wanted to be comfortable when I hit the stage. I wanted to always look like a lady, and that's pretty much what I did. There was no format. I didn't have any stylists, girl. I didn't have nothing. I had to just wing it, but it worked for me because I felt like I looked like the people that bought my music when they were telling me, oh, well, if you lose weight and get this and wear that. I was like, but I look like the girls that you marry. I look like your mama and your auntie and your grandma. We exist. And so I wanted to keep the lane for the girl. I was just the girl, like the girls we go to school with. I just wanted to keep that lane and be not regular or normal, but just be comfortable. I was comfortable in my own skin, and I didn't let nobody dictate to me what I needed to wear or how I needed to look. You know, if I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna lose weight because I want to lose weight. If I'm gonna put something on that's kind of tight or revealing, it's gonna be my choice. You know, I didn't let anybody dictate to me what type of image I needed to have, because I knew that I only have one me, and I have to take this one me everywhere I go. So I don't need to be doing no images that don't represent who I am. So that's kind of like why I dress like. Thank you.
Doug, is Slick Rick with tonight?
Now, unfortunately, Slick Rick couldn't make it tonight. He had another event. But in spirit, Slick Rick is always with me. You know? And I got so many people with me. Slick Rick gonna be mad he wasn't here. It's my brother.
Hi, Jeanette Tuber, New York Amsterdam News. I wanted to ask you, you've been here since the beginning. What are some of the big changes you've seen here at the Essence that make it memorable and keep you coming back?
Well, first of all, Amsterdam News, you said?
Amsterdam News, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, one of the things that I love about the Essence is that it's the biggest gathering of our people. And, you know, we're so creative that you got to keep coming up with something to keep us entertained. Because, you know, we'll go over to a family cookout, and your nephew is incredible. Your cousin is incredible. Your cousin's cousin is incredible. So it takes a lot for us to, I would say, appreciate what we do. So I joined in with the Essence Festival and started to help them create memorable moments, because when Prince came here, I was a part of creating that show. So when I put the show together, because Prince and me used to tour all the time. I toured with Prince from '99 until he passed. And he would allow me to come in there and add elements to his performance that would make it a little bit different than what he normally would do, because he knew the times were changing. So Essence seen that, and they heard what my relationship was, and they seen what I did with his show. Then so for several years I've been helping them, trying to put together creative things. I'm always trying to push the creative bar as far as possible. I don't like to just settle for how things are. I like to go further than that. I always say the difference between special and extra special is the little extra. So we always shoot for the little extra. So I think over the years, Essence has changed quite a bit, because hip-hop has played its role. I remember when Solomon Burke was rocking up in this joint, baby. I remember he was going to work. I mean, you know what I mean? And members only, it's a private party. Bobby Blue playing. I remember, I've been watching Essence go through some different levels, yeah. And now they got this new Southern blues that me and Captain deals with, our boy Tucker. And we want to get him here. I like to incorporate so many. It's like when you go to a buffet and you're there and you can see so many different kind of foods that you want, and you can pick the food of your choice. You may want some blues, you may want some hip hop, you may want some R&B, you may want some classics like Charlie Wilson. So it takes it's a big committee that sit around, and you come with an idea, they'll go, no, I don't like that. And you got to come with another idea. So I think what makes Essence special now is that it's the challenge of everybody trying to come with a better idea to top the other person's idea. So it becomes fun. You know what I mean? And I think this Essence, from what I understand, this Essence, all 3 nights, I'm not sure if the information is correct, but I hear all 3 nights sold out. And that's a pretty powerful statement. It's the Superdome. What is it, 80,000?
78,000.
78. You understand? And I think that's a statement. I think that it's very powerful. And then the movie Girl Trip, which I was in that movie, and it was so important for that movie to show Essence. And I think that made a difference. I think that people seeing that, people be having a real good time at Essence. I need to go there. So I think those are the things that make it special. And as we continue to grow and create, because I hear there's some new changes in Essence, you know, and I think those changes are going to take it to a new level. That's my personal opinion.